Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Put Me in Coach podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Herbert Fenner, and yes, my friend, I am your host. Yesterday, we had a very engaging lesson, and we talked about self-awareness. We talked about self-awareness, and we said that self-awareness is that ability to understand your own thoughts, to be able to understand your own emotions, and to be able to understand your own behavior. And we looked at a story about the prodigal son as it relates to, self-awareness. And today I want to take this thought and I want to take this lesson a step further on self-awareness. As we examine ourselves, as we become more aware, of our abilities, I want to talk about your gifts. Yes, I want to talk about your gifts. And the question that I want to ask you today is, are you aware of your gifts? And how aware are you of your gifts? There's a proverb that says that your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. Proverbs 18:16. Your gifts. Yes, we're still talking about self-awareness. So the question is, are you aware of your gifts? Do you understand the importance of your gifts? Do you know what your gifts are? And once again, your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. Oftentimes you hear me talk about dreams, and I say that your dreams matter because I believe that your dreams matter. I believe that my dreams matter. And when I say your dreams, I'm talking about that inspired picture of your future. I'm talking about, that picture of your future that makes you feel good. That picture of your future that gives you goosebumps. That picture of your future that excites you and pushes you, past the things that you really don't want to do the things that you have to do. Yes, I'm talking about, those type of dreams. And I truly believe, my friend, that your dreams, in fact, matter. That inspired picture, that you see of yourself, you see of your family. Yes, that inspired picture that you see of your community, it does matter. Now, how do we get there? How do we, take this dream and make this dream a reality? What is, some of the directions that we can go in? What are some of the things that we have to really focus on? And one of the things that I believe that we have to focus on, if we're going to live our dreams, we have to focus on our gifts. Yes, we have to focus on our gifts. Now, let's look back at that proverb because we're going to use that as a foundation for this teaching today. And it says that your gifts, right? Your gifts will make room for you. Now, what are gifts? Now, I want to define gifts today as natural talents. I want to define gifts as skills, also as personal strengths. That's what gifts are. Your natural talents, your skills, and your personal strengths. So these things in Proverbs, it says that it will make room for you and bring you before great men. So your gifts is going to assist you in opening doors for you, right? So if you feel that at this time that doors are not opening for you, you feel that you're not getting closer to your dreams, then I want you to ask yourself the question, am I operating in my gifts? Am I operating, in my natural talents? Am I operating in my skills? And am I operating in my personal strengths? And oftentimes, when doors are not opening for us, it has a lot to do with what we're operating in and what we're not operating in. Sometimes, we abandon our gifts. Sometimes we neglect our gifts. Now, when we talk about, this natural talent, now, this natural talent that we're talking about, it's not magic. It's not the type of talent, that does not have to be developed. It's not the type of talent that does not have to be worked on. When we look at, somebody like a Michael Jordan, and when somebody look at Michael Jordan, you would just think that he just naturally gifted, but the reality is it wasn't just a natural gift that made him exceptional. It was more, than a natural gift. Remember, Michael Jordan was cut, when, he was in high school. So he had something that was there, but it took the development of that gift. It took the acknowledgement of that gift. So you have a gift, right? You have a gift because we all have gifts. We all have gifts. We all have talents. We all have personal strengths. But are you operating in your gift? Are you operating in your skill set? Are you operating in the areas that you're strong in? Or are you trying to operate, in somebody else's gift? Because when we try to operate in somebody else's gifts, one of the things it does, it makes us ineffective. I just think about, the story, of David and Saul and how Saul wanted David to put on his armor, to fight the Goliath. And David tried on Saul's armor. He did try it on. He wanted to see how it feels. So he tried it on. However, David took it off because he said, I can't use this. This is not the armor for me. It may work for you. And as it looks, it's not working that well for you, but this is what I'm used to. These are my gifts. And when it comes down to your gift, you have to wear your own armor. You have to use, what works for you. Me personally, one of my gifts is speaking. It's something, that I have a passion for. It's something that I didn't always knew I had a passion for. However, I'm passionate about speaking. It's also a gift that has been developed, over years. Writing, a gift that has been developed over years. Leadership, a gift, has been developed over years. So gifts have to be developed, but it first have to be recognized. And that's what self-awareness does. It allows us to first recognize that I have a gift, right? I have a special talent. I have something that would allow me to get in the room. I have something that will open up doors for me, and bring me before great men. I have something, that will propel me forward and allow me to reach my dreams. So we're talking about those gifts, that natural talent, that skill, those personal strengths that you have. So I have a question. And that question is, explain a time when you felt truly passionate or excited about something that you did. A time that you felt extremely passionate or excited about something that you did, because that may be an indication of you operating in your gift. Because when you're operating in your gift, you're really passionate about it. When you're operating in your gift, you're doing something that you oftentimes lose sight of time. You ever be operating in your gift and you look up and say, wow, where has time gone? Because it's something that you really, really enjoy doing. However, when you first start operating in your gift, it doesn't necessarily mean, or it doesn't mean that you're going to be good at it. Just because you have the gift, you still have to nurture it. You still have to develop the gift. You still have to get better. And I think that many of us, we recognize we have the gift, but are we nurturing the gift? Are we putting ourselves in an environment where our gifts can grow? Remember, what Jesus said when he said that you are the salt of the earth. He said that you are the light of the world. And he said a city that's set upon a hill cannot be hidden. What was he talking about? He was talking about you operating in your gifts. That's what he was talking about. He said, you're the light of the world. That's operating in your gifts. That means, you're doing something that's contributing to, the world's in the world hope, the world, the future of the world. That's what it means, to be the light of the world. It means that you're someone, that gives direction. You're someone who inspires hope. Yes, you're someone that allows people to be able to see a brighter day and a brighter future. That's what it means, my friend, to inspire hope. That's what it means to be the light of the world. You're the salt of the earth. Once again, he's talking about operating in your gift, doing something that you really love to do, connecting with people, touching people, making a difference in the lives of people. Do you know that over 80% of people go to work every day to jobs that they really don't like? And I ask myself that question, why is that so? How is that possible? Why are so many people going to work complaining? Why are so many people going to work unsatisfied, unfulfilled? And the answer for me is to believe that I believe that many people are actually going to work and they're not operating in their gifts. You're not operating in your gifts. And that's one of the reasons of being frustrated. Because when you go anywhere, you should look for the opportunity to operate in your gift. You should have a job that allows you to operate in your gift. Now, when I'm talking about operating in your gift, I'm not talking about you going to work and you preaching to somebody and you evangelizing, to somebody. And that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about operating in your gifts. I'm talking about operating in your gifts that pertains to that environment. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, you going, to work once again, and you preaching to people about Jesus Christ, or you ministering to people, about the gospel. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you operating in that gift of being passionate. You operating, in your gifts, of being patient with people. You operating in that gift of transparency, where you're able to show your vulnerabilities and let others know in the organization, on the team, that they can be vulnerable as well. You operating in that gift of trust. Being able, to trust people and people knowing that they can trust you. So what are some of the gifts that you may not be operating right now, in your work environment, in your school environment, even in your spiritual environment, operating in those gifts? Are you in an environment where you can actually operate in those gifts? Because once again, my friend, we're talking about that self-awareness. We're talking about our dreams that matters. And we want to be able to live in those dreams. But we're not going to be able to live in those dreams if we're not operating in those gifts. Doors will not be opening for us if we're not operating in those gifts. Say your gifts, not the gifts of other people. A lot of times we rely on other people. And yes, we do need other people at times. But in this case, we're talking about self-awareness. We're talking about something that you can do, something that I can do. Your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts will make room for you. Your gift will create opportunities for you. Your gifts will open up doors for you. My gift as a speaker has opened up countless, doors for me. Giving me the opportunity to speak on various platforms and various different organizations, the various groups of people. My gifts has, put me in the room with people that I never have imagined that I would be in a room with, because of me developing my gift, me understanding, what my gifts are. And one thing about gifts, if you don't feed it, it will die. If you don't give your gifts the attention that it needs, then your gifts is not going to give you what you need, which is the opportunities that you're looking for to be able to make a difference, to be able to make an impact, in the lives of those whom you have been graced to be in the room with. So we're talking about self-awareness here. Are you really operating in your gifts, in your natural talents, your skills, and in your personal strengths? And are you developing those gifts every day? Are you sharpening your tools? Are you sharpening your gifts? Are you finding ways to be more innovative? Finding ways to be more creative? Finding ways to be more effective? Because that's what it's about. It's about you being effective with the gifts that you have. It's about you taking those gifts, nurturing those gifts, valuing those gifts, and using those gifts to make your life better, to make your world better, and make the world in its entirety better. So once again, my friend, are your gifts opening up doors for you? Are your gifts making room for you? Are you nurturing your gift? Or are you just sitting on your gift? Are you sitting on those talents, that you have been entrusted with? So I want you to think about that today. Think about, when you go to work every day, am I operating in my gift? Am I working in an environment where I'm operating in my gift? Or am I operating in gifts that are draining me? Am I trying to do things that is not bringing peace to me, that is not, taking me closer, to that particular dream that I have? So think about that for a second, because we don't want to waste our time being frustrated and being miserable. Just think about how much better your life would be, how much stressless your life would be if you begin to operate in your gift. Yes, if you begin to operate and do the things that you feel good about, that makes you feel good, the things that gives you energy, the things that gives you life, the things that you don't even consider to be work. That's what I mean by operating in those gifts. So what can you do as you go to work? What can you do even at home to operate in those gifts that allow doors to open for you, that'll bring you before great men and women, and allow you, my friend, to get closer to your dreams? Because your dreams, it does matter. And every time you see me post a video, do a lesson, a teaching, I'm operating in my gift. In my gifts, it opens doors for me. It brings me for people where I can learn from. It brings me for people where I can glean from. And it also brings me before people that I can add value to. So we're talking about that self-awareness. Are you aware of your gifts, my friend? Are you aware of those special talents and skills? Are you aware of your personal strengths? Because if you're not, it's not too late, my friend. It's not too late for you to become aware. And it's not too late for you to continue to rewrite your story. Be great today. And if you need any resources that would assist you in understanding what your gifts are, visit my website, www.putmeincoaches.com. I have some valuable materials that you can download for free that will help you, my friend, to get closer to your dreams. Reach out if you're looking for a coach, if you're looking for a speaker, if you're looking for, someone to help you to understand your gifts and purpose. Please, by all means, reach out, because your dreams, my friend, it does matter.